All right, we are in game one, round one. One lander. I think we better mulligan this. This hand, on the other hand, pretty good. Molten Nursery. Well, unfortunately, I think a land is a bit more important than a Molten Nursery, so we're going to put that on the bottom. Despite it being an amazing card to play on turn 3, we just really need to make sure that we hit that land, or there's a good chance we're in some trouble. All right. It turns out we would have hit the land the next turn, but that's still okay with me. Like, we're going to miss out on a Molten Nursery plan, but that's okay. All right, what do we got? Uh-oh, Castigator. All right. Unfortunately, Castigator would have been an amazing thing to kill with Molten Nursery. But to be honest, we would have had to take 6 damage if we did it like that. All right, we'll just counter this. Why not? We're not going to be able to keep our mana up next turn, so take a little damage, drop a Vile Aggregate, hopefully be in the business of playing more spells. Yeah, Spawning Bed is actually pretty good. I do love Vile Aggregate. So hopefully I can leave up Spell Shrivel next turn. That'll help if he attacks into the aggregate. I guess it's in our best interest to take it, because Lithomancer's Focus would be a pretty big blowout. And just being able to Spell Shrivel that and 2-for-1 my opponent the next turn is a wise course of action, considering we don't have much else going on. Alright, so he is attacking into it. I'm going to take it. Like I said, I've got the Spell Shrivel, so it just seems wiser this time around. There's a chance he's bluffing. I think it's actually pretty unlikely he's bluffing there, though. It really did have to be Lithomancer's Focus, because if it's Gideon's Reproach, I 2-for-1 my opponent. In that case, it's worth it anyway. But, I mean, if he attacks now, he's definitely in for a shock, and wisely this time plays around it. So now I think we're in Clutch Occurrence mode here. Just going to tempo our opponent out. We don't even have to reveal Spawning Bed. How sexy. Next turn we get Deathless Behemoth online. And then I think our opponent is in a world of trouble. Hopefully hit a land here. Yeah, that's pretty brutal. Still a chance he has another land on top, but still, Ingest paying some dividends there. He did have another land on top, but he's pretty well behind on board at this point. All right, aggregate's gone, so we're gonna have to settle for a Deathless Behemoth. See if he's 3-color. He is indeed. 3-color deck. Sheer drop number 2. Guess that hurt a little bit. Not much, though. We'd still be able to go Sky Spawner plus Spell Shrivel. Alright. Feeling pretty good now. So we Spell Shrivel to Reproach, play the Sky Spawner. I guess I should have played Sky Spawner first. That's okay. Still Spell Shrivel to Reproach, just get in for 9, take our opponent to 50% health. So yeah, I should have played the Sky Spawner, and then I would have been able to sack the Eldrazi and kept my 2/1 flyer, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how important it is. I mean, the fact that my spawning bed can get back my behemoth, even if he has an answer for it, my opponent's in pretty big trouble. Double Sky Spawner. That's pretty nice. All right. So now we go Pilgrim's Eye. Get a mountain. Play a mountain, play a Sky Spawner, pass. So opponent's got double Gideon's Reproach. Looks like he's got a pretty aggressive deck. Sheer Drop is the only card that's kind of out of what he's trying to do a little bit, just because if you're aggressive, which it definitely looks like he is. Well, first of all, if you're aggressive, you typically shouldn't be 3-color. That's like a general rule of thumb, unless you have very good fixing. He does have Evolving Wilds, but Sheer Drop is typically reserved for more of a control deck. It could also be good for a blue-white Flyers deck, because you're flying in from above, so you want to be able to stop their attackers. My opponent's got to be dead, right? I guess not quite. Not quite yet. Okay. So let's swing with everything. Play Sky Spawner number 2. Yes, we're playing into a Wrath effect, but the beauty of this is we still have Spawning Bed. So now I get to bring back Deathless Behemoth from beyond. I guess it brings it back to my hand. All right. Opponent concedes. So playing 3-color. Do we have more stuff to do against quick decks? Could play the Slide Runners. What they do is block early. Boiling Earth deals with Castigator. Does it deal with anything else? I guess not really, but still probably want it. Basically, bringing a Slide Runner defensively is not super recommended. Volcanic Upheaval, I guess, deals with 3-color. I still don't really like it. I think we're probably just going to stick it out the same. Could play Sure Strike too, but Sure Strike is not very good against the Gideon's Reproaches. So I think we'll just stick to the same deck here. Try again. Okay, game 2. We're going to keep this one. This is actually a pretty good hand. We get to go Anticipate into Pilgrim's Eye at worst. Pilgrim's Eye not looking as sexy this game, but that's okay. All right. Sludge Crawler. He's got himself a little early beatdown. Duder. Ooh. I love Boiling Earth. I really want him to slam a Castigator now. Just give me the sexiest Boiling Earth play of all time. He can pump too. I'll be okay with that. Come on, slam that Castigator. Let me get that Boiling Earth value. Got the Clutch of Currents, I see. Ah, oh my god. I'm living in heaven right now, guys. I am living in a place called heaven. So, next turn, I guess we play Pilgrim's Eye, find a mountain. Ooh, Spawning Bed again. Again, Spawning Bed with the Deathless Behemoth synergy. I like. So, not a terribly exciting play next turn. I guess we just anticipate, see what we find. Blade Whirl, sure. Ooh, Sky Spawner was a very good draw. All right, let's play the land we showed our opponent. Get in for 1 damage. And drop the old Sky Spawner. Now, I don't think I'm going to trade off my flyer for his Blade Whirl. Although, I don't know how many allies he's running yet, so I'm not sure how good Blade Whirl is in his deck yet, but I'd rather have the flyer, Fly Brigade coming in. All right, well, now I guess I'm a little bit more inclined to trade with a Blade Whirl, but maybe not. I guess I can just play Wavewing Elemental. I'm trying to think. Easiest way for me to deal with Courier Griffin is likely... Did I forget to bring up my paint program, by the way? Here we go. I've got Touch of the Void, Rush of Ice. Clutch of Current's not as good with Courier Griffin for obvious reasons. So I can trade Sky Spawner for a Blade Whirl. Probably not necessary. I think I'm going to take it this time. I feel like I could still get some value out of Sky Spawner. I'm going to play Wavewing Elemental now. Oh, then I get Touch of the Void. Well, change of plans. Top deck like a champ. All right. Well, let's anticipate first. Why not? What else I got going on? Sure. Kill this fellow. So I guess probably more on the Deathless Behemoth plan now. Undo Greathorn. Certainly not intimidated by that. Vile Aggregate. Nice. All right. Let's go attack with flyers. Could just play the Wavewing Elemental. What does that do? Lets me win a race pretty soundly. If I play the Deathless Behemoth, he can still like block and do some spicy stuff like Gideon's Reproach, but I guess he can Gideon's Reproach Wavewing Elemental either way unless I draw a land. I mean, I can play Incubator Drone plus Aggregate, which isn't bad, but I have to lose my Scion for that. I think I'll just play the Behemoth. The thing about the Behemoth here is, like, I've got Spawning Bed. So, like, what's the worst that could happen? If he attacks with both guys, he still has to leave up 2 mana and have a blocker to stop my Deathless Behemoth, right? Conduit of Ruin. Well, he's tapping out, which is a good sign. Searching for a 7 mana or greater spell, and he's going to put it on top of his deck. So let's see what we're dealing with. The thing is, Rune Processor, he did exile a card with Sludge Crawler, so he is technically going to be able to gain 5 life, but now he can't attack. And he doesn't really have great blocks here. I think we just... He has to double block with Conduit of Ruin. So basically I'm trading Conduit of Ruin for a Deathless Behemoth. Do I like that trade? I guess I don't especially like it. I mean, I have like Incubator Drone, I have Spawning Bed, I have way more ways to get Deathless Behemoth back, but it still has to be returned to my hand, which isn't great. Alright, let's just get in with some flyers here. He can play Rune Processor for 2 cheaper. I'm okay with that, actually. So let's just play Wavewing Elemental, hold on to this Fertile Thicket. We've got a fleet that's coming in and dealing copious amounts of damage. So he does have to deal with flyers soon here. Even with the additional 5 life, he's taking 8 damage. Yeah, Rune Processor's not going to be good enough. He can't attack. Alright, so we go land. Pump Wavewing. Sure, we can use Fertile Thicket. Don't need a land, though. So we'll put these on top. It does, like, I guess trigger our Wavewing Elemental, maybe. It's probably not. Still not necessary, though. So let's get in. Flyers. Then we go Sky Spawner plus Aggregate, which is pretty insane. So I can actually make Vile Aggregate a 10-5 with Spawning Bed. Career Griffin, sure. Benthic Infiltrator as your last card. You got it. So I can play... If I crack... Probably just better to play Incubator Drone. Get in with all of our flyers. So Pump Wavewing. We don't even need to attack with anything else. Seems like a block you can't afford to do. We'll still play Incubator Drone. The reason I'm playing Incubator Drone is, even if he has a board wipe and he top decks it, I've got Spawning Bed and I've got Deathless Behemoth. I have just a much better way to recover this board state than my opponent does. Say he plays Planar Outburst. I sack my 2 Eldrazi Scions, I let Planar Outburst resolve, and then I use Spawning Bed. And then I return this on my turn and replay it. All right, looks like we got there. Could have Gideon's Reproach. So he reproaches this. Can't spell shrivel it. I can spell shrivel that. What is he casting that on? Aggregate? Doesn't even matter. Still shriveling it. Just out of spite. All right. Drew very well. We drew very well, and we got the match. I think our opponent was actually a pretty good player, although I wasn't exactly on board with his deck. It seemed a little bit all over the place. Like, he had a nice little aggressive thing going, but at the same time, he had like a minor little ingest processing strategy. So I don't know exactly. I feel like it was a little bit muddled what he was trying to do, but we drew very well, so we got there. Boiling Earth was just so huge. All right, we'll see you in round 2.